Beginner's Bushman here. This is Bushclass USA's lesson number 10, the simple snare.
Alright, so I got my wire, and this is a 26 gauge fluoro wire. It's kind of thin stuff. A little bit thicker gauge might be a little more recommended, maybe a 22, something like that. But this is what we got, so that's what we're going to use. I'm sure it would work pretty good just on squirrels and rabbits, which is probably what I'd be going for if I needed small game to survive, especially in this area. So okay, so I'm going to take my single strand of wire here, and I'm going to make a loop, or an eye, and then with the extra, the tag end, I'm going to wrap that around until it's all used up. I'm guessing the more wraps you use, just the stronger that's going to be where it's bound together. Hopefully I'm getting all this on camera. And you end up with this. And then you take that, twist the top of it around like an 8, kind of a figure 8, like so. And you fold that back down on itself. I've found that if this top, where you fold it over on the top, if you make it a little bit smaller, it works out a little bit better for me. I don't know if that's the case for everybody, but it just, seems that way to me. I'm not an expert at all, so don't really take my word for it. Just kind of try different things out and see what you think. Guys out there make a lot better snares than this, so like I said, IAwoodsman has a excellent video on making these snares. That's actually where I got most of this information here, so check his video out. It's on the student lesson section, I do believe, of the simple snare. So anyway, you'd set your snare, you'd have it tied, the other end tied down, of course. Squirrel comes through here, gets his head in there, freaks out because he's caught in a trap, and then that inner loop locks down around the strand, locking that wire to where he can't get out. So I'm guessing that has a dual purpose of not only not allowing your animal to escape, but also probably more effectively dispatching the animal more humanely. As humane as that might sound, inhumane as that might sound, it would be better than that animal being in that trap all night long, suffering, trying to chew its way out, and really struggling. So that's the single strand snare there. Get that out of our way. And then this is our double strand, and that's basically just the same wire, just twisted together. And again, IAwoodsman has a really good method for that on his student lesson video. I basically just copied his lesson here. Hopefully I did it somewhat justice, paid enough attention, because his video was very informative. That's why I keep recommending it. Plus he's one of the instructors, so if you can recreate what he did, I'd say you'd probably be alright. Okay, so we got our double strand. Same thing, we got a loop here. And I'm just going to take and twist that over like the 8. Like so. Fold it back down on itself. And take the loose end and fold it up through. Now, being for a bigger animal, you're going to want to set it to a little bit bigger of a size. Say close to fist size for a rabbit, I think is what they say. And again, guys out there have a lot better information on all that than I do. Okay, so you got your snare. Comes through here, puts its head through there, realizes it's caught, starts to struggle. and that tightens down around its head. Now I'll probably have to use my pliers. Now I can get it out there. Anyway, it locks down around there. Animal can't get out, and neither can the person. So I'd say that's a pretty good snare. Anyway, hopefully that footage is good enough where you could kind of see what I was doing. There's a lot of different kinds of snares. You know, I wouldn't have any idea how many. I'm sure, you know, I've seen very primitive, made out of wood and all sorts of things. So there's lots of kinds of snares. This is just one of the simplest ones, and I want to thank IAwoodsman for his great demonstration and teaching me how to do this. And it's something that I can kind of, you know, put back in the memory bank, and if it's something I ever need, then I do have that knowledge now. So I need to check my state rules and regulations, maybe see if this is something I can practice this winter. So I'm going to do that, and I suggest you do the same if you intend on doing any trapping. But anyway, this is Beginner's Bushman, and this was lesson number 10, the simple snare.